Hey gang, welcome back to 31 Days of Halloween. Today is day number 9, and we're actually going to talk about the first film I watched in the 31 days back in September when I was getting ready, and I misplaced it, and I found it recently. So we're going to talk about it. It was one that was, when first I was, shaking the app to get movies, it was that way, and eventually I just picked stuff I hadn't seen forever or stuff that I really was passionate about talking about. But this is one that was picked for me, and it's in a midnight movie double feature, and we're going to talk about Deranged. I'm going to talk about the story of Ed Gein. Actually, the best Ed Gein story that I've ever seen. Not to talk about Psycho and Texas Chainsaw and stuff that is loosely based off of. This is about Ed Gein and his life, and just so, I hate to say that serial killers are interesting, but they're interesting. I know they kill people and sometimes eat people and make furniture out of people, like said serial killer here, but they make for an interesting stories and conversation and, whatever. I know people lose their lives, but I'm not. Let's get off that topic. Deranged is, and I really did not recognize one person in this film. Not one person. I'm sure there are people that are going to pick people out of this and tell me who they are, but I didn't recognize in this. But I'll tell you what, it was very solid. Ed was a very deranged person. He was, the way they played it up in here, he was, to the fact that this was just normal. It didn't have anything to do with anything but regular life. It was how he lived his day-to-day life. Yeah, he went and got his mom out of the grave. She's at home. Oh, Ed, you're so funny. And then he thinks, because he's about half stupid anyway, so he laughs too because they're laughing, Sorry to hear about your mom. Oh, she's getting better. She's at the house. Whatever. What was something else that got me laughing? Oh, he went out on a date with a woman that his mother had said that you can trust her. Ed, you can trust her. She's a fat woman. I thought that was hilarious in this. It did have moments. And so he went to the fat woman, and the same conversation kind of stuff happened with, yeah, she's at home, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, she ends up coming home with him. Just not as animated as she was at her own house. How about that? We go up until he's abducted and killed the young lady from the hardware store in the which you can read about if you just Google him and go to his Wikipedia. That was when he was caught. I'm not really sure how many people he actually killed, or how accurate this film was to the killings. There weren't a lot in here, but there were a lot of thoughts of them, and what was in here was pretty good. Ed Gein is he's really used a lot because they can spin so much stuff off of him. There was a film that Kane Hodder made. I think it was just called Ed Gein or Gein. It was pretty good. It just wasn't to the point of making this little old dipshit guy, mommy's boy kind of thing, as good as this film did. And of course, we spin off with Psycho and Texas Chainsaw and other stuff, which Texas Chainsaw just has the, hey, I'm gonna wear you kind of stuff. I mean, they did find, I read about him on Wikipedia before. I've researched these guys. They found belts made out of female nipples. They found boxes with vaginas in it. I didn't even know you could take a vagina out or cut it off, but they found boxes of this stuff. They found a head in a paper bag. They found fingers. They, of course, found the Texas Chainsaw stuff, like the chandeliers made out of bones, chairs made out of bones, stuff like that. His mother, of course, which takes us to Psycho, where he has the mother issues. Not so much the mother telling you better kill that girl. She's no good for you, Ed. Not to that point, but to the point where the mother's there in his mind. She never left. She's still there. And they show his view of this older lady laying in a casket. And then all of a sudden they show what's really in that casket. And it's kind of disgusting. But that's the Norman Bates kind of thing. The mother has just got into his head so much throughout the years that he has taken to the fact that she didn't die. She's always going to be there. No matter if she's there or here, she's there. And to other people, of course, she's not there, and he's, nuttier than a payday candy bar. But in his mind, this is what does, and I'm going to do anything my mother tells me to do. So, with that, I'll let you go with Deranged. Surprisingly, very good. Very, very well done. So that's day number 9, I think. I'm not really sure about that. So I'll let you guys go with that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And good night.